Okay, so everybody, we're going to go ahead and start on our backs today, please. So we're going to start by breathing and making just some very small movements to make sure that checking in with our bodies to see how they're feeling. And I need to apologize for my lack of value contrast in my clothes today, but I wanted to be purple and my light gray pants are dirty. So, all right, here we go. So come on onto your back. Take a moment right here. If you need to make sure that things are bolstered, want you to do that. You can also do this with simply bending the knees so that your arms come down by your side, or you can bring them over your tummy. And for your first few cycles of breath, I want you just to go ahead and let your body breathe you and connect into whatever sensations you have in your body. Take a moment to notice where things feel open. Take a moment to notice where things may feel a little stuck or congested. And just take a moment to observe. So please remember, if you'd like, you are more than welcome to place blankets underneath your knees. As we move into our breath for this first part, it's a little bit easier to make the movements that I'm going to ask of you if the knees are bent. And then after that, we're going to relax. And so that would be a great time to make sure that you have blankets underneath your knees so that everything can stay soft. So one of the things that we're going to be working on today as we move into our breath are making very small movements. There's a gentleman by the name of Thomas Hanna who started something called somatics, which is about this very small quality of movement. And there is also a Japanese body therapy called sotai, which also corresponds to the same quality of movement. So as we begin to move into our diaphragmatic breath, as you inhale, filling the low belly, I want you to feel and just imagine the low belly filling as a wave down towards the pelvic floor. And then as you release that with your exhale, imagine the wave coming all the way up to touch the collarbones. And again, as you exhale, gently filling the belly and feeling the wave touch the pelvic floor. And then as you exhale, feel the release of the wave and feel that wave gently ebb all the way up to the collarbone. One more time, filling the wave. Releasing the wave and feeling it release all the way up to the collarbone. So as we begin to move into these very small movements and you're following, still breathing your diaphragmatic breath, the trick here is to make sure that the muscles contract. And I want you to do this in just a very quality-based way. So the movement will be small. So we're going to be starting, when you're ready, on the inhale by gently squeezing through the glutes and tightening those low back muscles to draw you into a gentle arch. And that's the inhale. And as you exhale, slowly, gently release that movement. And the slower you're able to release the movement, the longer your exhale, the more your muscle can relax. And then again, when you're ready, gently, slowly inhale. Feel that contraction through the glutes into the low back. Squeezing gently making sure that this squeeze feels good. There's no discomfort. You can take it just to the very edge. And as you exhale, releasing the wave, slowly feel the body in the back area, gently relax. And then we'll do this one more time. As you get ready to inhale, feeling the wave, dropping it all the way, feeling the wave touch the pelvic floor, squeeze into those low back muscles, squeezing into the glutes. And then as you exhale, release that and feel the release of the wave. Relax the muscles, allow the breath to draw all the way up to the collarbone. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to activate the muscles through the low belly. So what we're going to do is the pelvis will gently, the bottom of the pelvis will gently tip up, but you're not pushing from the back, you're actually pulling from the front. So again, when you're ready, finish your exhale. And on your inhale, if you need to place your fingers here on the low belly to make sure as you inhale, squeeze gently through this low belly and feel, notice that as you pull the muscles through the low belly, as you inhale, the back of the pelvis gently changes its movement. And then again, as you exhale, feeling that release of the breath, gently touch all the way up to the collarbone. Feel the front of the low belly gently relax. And then again, as you inhale, feel those low belly muscles gently tighten. And as they contract and pull, you feel the shift through the back of the pelvis. At the end of the inhale, gently allow all of that to relax deeply. Feeling everything soften. Feel everything unwind and relax. And then one more time, activating through the low belly. Feel that contraction as you shorten the muscles through the low belly. You may feel even your pelvic floor muscles contract a little bit. That's great. Notice how that shifts the movement through the back of the pelvis. And then as you're ready, and exhale, releasing that wave, letting that wave come all the way up through the center of the body to gently touch the collarbone. Take 2 full cycles of breath right here and just begin to notice if you sense a difference in the quality of your body between the front and the back. 2 cycles of breath. Filling the wave all the way down to the pelvic floor, creating space for the wave as you expand the belly. And then as you exhale, release that wave and let it flow all the way up to the collarbone. At the end of the 2 cycles of breath, if you want to make sure that you're activating appropriately, you can bring your hands around the side so that the thumbs are working towards the back and the fingertips are lightly resting on the front. We're going to begin by gently tightening into this right side. So I want you to find those oblique abdominal muscles and gently tighten and contract so that the right hip gently moves up towards the right rib cage. You're filling your belly, filling the wave all the way down to the pelvic floor. As you exhale, releasing the wave, release the contraction of the muscle. Slowly feel that pelvis gently ease and release, coming back into a neutral space. At the end of the inhale, or exhale, excuse me, you're going to inhale again, this time focusing on tightening these left obliques, feeling that left side of the pelvis gently move up to the rib cage. As you feel your way all the way down to the pelvic floor. As you exhale and release the wave, release the contraction. Gently, slowly, extending the exhale, allowing that left side of the pelvis to ease and unwind back to a neutral space. When you're ready for your next inhale, moving back over to the right, gently squeeze into that right side, feeling that right pelvis being pulled to the right rib cage, making sure that you're only going as far as feels comfortable. Releasing your weight slowly, letting it fill the trunk of the body until it comes all the way up to the collarbone. Notice that as you do that, as you release that right pelvis relaxes and eases its way back into a neutral position. When you're ready, as you inhale, changing sides, moving to the left side now. Squeeze and pull gently, feeling that left side of the pelvis draw towards that left rib cage. Again, only tightening as far as is comfortable. At the top of the filling of the wave, gently exhale, release the wave. Let it move all the way through the center of the body. And as that wave releases, feel the muscles on that left lateral side release, relax, soften, allowing that left pelvis to move back to a neutral place. One last set, moving back to the right. Again, fill your body with the wave of your breath, touching all the way down to the pelvic floor, gently tightening through that right side, feeling that right side of the pelvis draw towards the rib cage. At the top of the inhale, top of the filling of the wave, relax, soften, release the wave of your breath. Feel that right side of your pelvis relax, release, slowly easing its way back, moving in time with the exhale of your breath to touch the top of the collarbone. When you're ready, gently inhale on the left, inhale, building the wave, tightening through the left side of the body, feeling that left pelvis move as it tightens towards that left side of the rib cage. Once you've filled your body with the wave of your breath, let it relax. Slowly, gently releasing the breath, moving through the trunk of the body, releasing that left pelvis, allowing everything to move back to the center. Let your hands release. If you feel the need to move your pelvis in any way to connect into it, please do so, making sure that the movements are gentle and that this is just simply a reconnection. When you're ready, gently lengthen into the legs. And what I want you to do from here is come into 4 cycles of that deep diaphragmatic breath, filling that low belly with the wave of your breath, allowing it to build so much that it touches the pelvic floor, and then gently releasing that wave of breath on the exhale and allowing it to move all the way up to touch the collarbone. 3 more cycles of breath. At the end of that 4th cycle of breath, please place your hands over your heart, palms facing down. As we transition into our song, I want you to take a moment and just notice as you've allowed everything now to relax and release. If you sense a different quality around your low back, your belly, and your pelvis, just observe. We're going to go ahead and from the floor, sing the sound of ah, then the sound of oh, finally the sound of mm. And what I want you to do here is really feel the resonance and the vibration as you sing. On your 4th breath, please set your intent for your practice and for your day, making it an I am statement, whatever you most need and desire. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. When you're ready, gently release your arms down by your sides, palms facing up. And from here, gently open your eyes. And with your breath, I want you to breathe your arms up over your head. And then I invite you to stretch and contract those long lines of muscle in the back. Oh, and in the front, gently lengthening into the left side, the right side. And just really enjoying the opening of your body. And then from there, as you exhale, gently draw the knees in, arms down. Give yourself a gentle hug, opening and lengthening into that low back. Allowing the back to round, allowing the primary curves to stabilize. From here, we're going to go into Supta Padangusthasana, or reclining hand to toe pose. So take a moment to take a strap. I invite us to begin with the left leg. So what you're going to do is from bending the knees, I want you to take the strap and place it around the ball of the foot. Okay, this right leg, depending on what your back is telling you today, can either stay bent so that the sole of the foot grounds you deeply into the mat, or you can extend that left leg, gently flex into the foot, and as you flex into that right foot, I want you to feel as if that foot is pressing gently into the floor. And as it presses gently into the floor, I want you to find that length so that you can grow your spine a little bit longer. Place your right hand on top of the right hip. Left hand is wrapped around the strap, and when you're ready, as you gently exhale, I want you to open your leg out to the side as if you're opening a book. Again, be mindful of what your body is telling you. Activate the muscles. So when you open your leg as far as it's comfortable, I want you to gently flex into the foot. Squeeze into the glute. And activate a little bit through the hamstring and a little bit through the quadricep. Come back to your wave of breath. And then when you're ready, I want you to engage a little bit more strongly through the inner thigh into those adductor muscles and squeeze those muscles to pull that leg back up to vertical. Pause, allowing everything to relax. And then you're going to go ahead and change hands. Allow the right hand now to hold on to the strap. Left hand can either come down by the side or it can sit lightly at that left hip bone. And as you exhale, releasing your breath, I want you to gently allow that left leg to work its way a little bit to the right. You're going to take it only as far until you feel a lengthening into the glute and the outer thigh. May not be a big movement at all. Once it's here, what I want you to do is, without moving, squeeze into that glute and gently engage through the hamstring and the quadriceps. So you're gently squeezing into that upper leg as well. Breathe. And gently, slowly relax that. If your body says yes, you can complete this and take this into a twist. So allow that left hip to lift. Allow that left leg to continue to travel its way to the right. The left arm can come out, making a T. And again, you're going to be very mindful of what's happening in your back. So making sure that there's no discomfort in that low back as you twist. When you've gone as far as is comfortable, again, take a moment to squeeze, this time squeezing a little bit laterally, so you're working into those left obliques, squeezing that left glute a little bit again, asking that body for some activation. And gently, slowly allow that to release. Now, you're going to go ahead and pull with that left lateral side, left glute, to bring that leg all the way back up to vertical. Your body may shake as you do this, and that's okay. Gently let everything relax and soften. When you're ready, bend into that left knee, release the strap. Now take this left hand, along the inside, and we're going to do a half blissful baby. So again, if you need to bend into this right leg in order to keep your pelvis and your back stable, please do so. Otherwise, you can gently flex into that right leg. Breathe. Making sure that we're taking care of the hamstrings, taking care of the glute. I want you to, if it feels appropriate, squeeze through that left glute and gently press that left foot into the right hand. So again, there's no movement. We're just asking the muscles and the brain to reconnect, to fire those motor neurons appropriately and accurately. Release that. Take a moment now. I want you to take your right hand, bring it over to that left foot, and gently, slowly bring that left knee up so that you're gently making the letter 4. Make sure that this is not putting too much pressure through the knee. If you feel like it is, I want you to hold right on top of that left knee, making sure that we're not asking for too much. As you're here, again, I invite you to squeeze deeply through that left glute. It's going to gently push that left foot into the right hand. Again, do not do this if it's showing up as any type of discomfiture in the left knee. Breathe and gently relax. Release that left leg and do a little hip swirl. So move that leg around, making a big circle, both directions, checking in with that hip. And then when you're ready, gently allow the leg to lower down. Take a couple cycles of breath. You can place your hands on top of the fronts of the hip bones and see if you feel a difference between your left leg and your right leg. And then when you're ready, gently bend both knees, bringing them back up into your chest, giving yourself that gentle squeeze, making sure that you're taking care of your knees. So if you need to, hands come behind the thigh, not to overflex the knee. And then when you're ready, take your strap, place it around that right foot, and you're either going to bend into that left leg, grounding the sole of the foot on the floor strongly, or if your body feels comfortable, you can lengthen that left leg, flexing into the foot. I want you to imagine that you're standing strongly through the floor. Find the length all the way out through the crown of the head. Then when you're ready, gently lengthen as much as possible into this right leg. Breathe. Notice how grounded, how strong you are through the back of the body. And then when you're ready, gently open this right leg out to the side as if you're opening a book. Moving with the breath, making sure that both hips stay stable on the ground. When you're out, as far as is comfortable, take a moment to squeeze into the glute. Feel the hamstring fire, feel the quadricep fire. Breathe. And then when you're ready, find the inner thigh muscles, the adductor muscles, and I want you to squeeze those. Feel the adductor muscles do their work to pull the leg back to center. That's their job. Once you get the leg back to vertical, let it relax and soften. And then when you're ready, change hands. Let the left hand hold on to the strap. Allow the right hand to pull it out. Still staying long through that left side, gently begin to bring that right leg over to the left. And again, you're looking for the beginnings of the opening, stretching from the glutes through the lateral side of the thigh. When you find it, fold right there, and then gently squeeze. Squeeze into the glute. Squeeze into the leg. Breathe. Gently waking everything up. Let it relax. Notice the difference as you allow your body to soften. Now, if your body says yes, you can continue to bring that right leg over towards the left. Take a moment as you bring yourself in to again squeeze a little bit through the core and then also squeeze a little bit through the obliques, making sure that we're keeping everything stable through the low back, letting this right hip lift. Breathe. Feel the squeeze. Your right arm can come out, T formation if it chooses. And then let it relax. Let everything soften. When you're ready, from here, we're going to bring this leg all the way back up. So I want you to use your back. I want you to use your glutes. I want you to use the outer thighs. So squeeze and feel those muscles. Draw that leg all the way back up to vertical. And then let everything relax. Feel it soften. Feel your body reconnect. Gently bend into this right knee. Release the strap. Slide that right hand across the inner side of the sole, bringing yourself into half blissful baby, Ardha Ananda Balasana. Again, if this is too much, you're going to bend into that left leg. So you're paying very close attention to what your body can give you today. And then, if your body says yes, I want you to squeeze again through the glute and gently press the sole of that right foot into the right hand. Still breathing, but finding that contraction. Finding that ability and that place for your body to safely open. And then let it relax. Now, from here, as long as your body says yes, you're going to take that left hand around the sole of the right foot. Take your right hand to the outside or the inside of that right knee, gently bringing it around so that it's facing out just a little bit, making sure that this is not doing anything untoward for your knee. Please, at all times, keep that knee safe. And hand can come over the right knee. I want you to squeeze one more time into that right glute. Gentle squeeze. Beautiful, you guys. Very nicely done. Good. Good. Beautiful. Let it relax. And then release with the left hand and make really big hip circles with that right leg. Back and forth. Good. Beautiful, you guys. Lovely. All right. So from here, take a moment, bend into the knees. And I want you just to feel your back. Notice how everything feels connected or not. Feel the difference in the legs, difference in all of this. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of core work, but you guys, again, these are small movements today. So please be very careful. We got everything nice and loose through the back and the pelvis and the belly. We want to keep it that way. You're going to take a block. So grab a block. Okay. Beautiful. Everybody's got their block. Okay. So from here, I want you to take the block and I want you to hold it in between the feet. Okay, so it's going to be ankle and along the medial edge of the foot. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you guys, these are super, super, super small movements. You can place your hands on top of the low belly to make sure that you're accessing the right muscles. So what you're going to do is I want you to take those front muscles that we started with, and I want you to very gently curl them, pull them, so that the very tip or bottom of your glutes is just beginning to lift off the floor. And then I want you to let that relax. So you guys, this is like, we're talking small movement. This might make it like a quarter of an inch, and that's great. So I want you to do that again. Gently, slowly squeeze with this low belly. Pull those muscles towards each other and let it relax. One more time. Take these low belly muscles, squeeze, pull, and let it relax. Okay? We're also going to do this in a side-to-side motion. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to, as we move to the left, I want you to squeeze with that left oblique, so the left side of your body. So very gently squeeze that left side of your body and allow the legs to move ever so slightly over to the left. Let it relax. Come back to center. I want you to squeeze now with the right side of the trunk. Squeeze and allow the legs to move just a little bit over to the right, but you're really squeezing through that right side of the body. Let it relax. Again, squeeze with the left. Draw that block just a little bit over to the left. Let it relax. Squeeze with the right. Let it relax. One more time, squeeze to the left. Let it relax. Squeeze to the right. Let it relax. And if possible, so you're going to be very careful here, I want you to squeeze through your glutes, squeeze the low back, create just a little bit of an arch, let it relax. One more time, squeeze through the glutes, squeeze through the low back, let it relax. Last time, squeeze through the glutes, squeeze through the low back, let it relax. Bend into the knees or not, release the block. Bring your feet out so that your feet are half on and half off your mat. Bring your arms out into T formation. Very gently, very slowly. Windshield wiper your legs over towards the left. If you feel any kind of discomfort, engage those muscles. Let that relax. Gently bring the legs up. Windshield wiper over towards the right. Breathing, slow, steady breath. Squeeze to bring yourself back up. And again, you're going to do 2 more sets working with your breath. Gently over to the left. to the right. To the left. And to the right. Gently bring the legs back up. Give yourself a gentle hug. Legs come down. This time they're about hip distance apart. We're now going to take this into a very gentle bridge pose. Setu Bandha Sarvandasana. Okay, gently. Arms are down by the side. Heels are as close into the sits bones as is comfortable for you. Working with your breath. Gently, slowly. Squeeze through the back. Squeeze through the glutes. And ever so slightly, bring the sacrum and the low back and the glutes up off the mat. Exhale, gently, slowly lower that down. And again, gentle, slow inhale. Squeeze as you lift. Let it relax. And then one more time. Squeeze and lift. And let it relax. Take a moment and just absorb. Breathe. And then when you're ready, gently draw the knees into the chest. Roll yourself onto whichever side is most comfortable. And gently bring yourself up. Okay. Oh, okay. We haven't done much for our arms today. So what I want you to do is go ahead, interlace your fingers once you're up. And I want you to draw circles with your hands. I'm going to go in both directions with that. And you can make them into figure eights, whatever feels good. And then shake it all out. Good. All right. So here's what we're going to do, you guys. We're going to use our straps to bring ourselves into gate pose. So have your straps handy. So we're going to come up onto our knees. Those of you that need extra padding underneath your knees, please make sure that you have it. So place blankets underneath. I'm going to readjust this just a little bit so that I don't have to change the camera. Okay, so we're up on our knees. You've got your strap. You can either do the simple form where it is strap over thumb and then create a fist, or if you want to create a little bit of tension, you're going to dip your fingers down back towards you and wrap the strap around the outside, the back of the hand and the outside of the hand. Okay. All right. So now that we're here, we're going to start with the left side. So you're going to stay grounded into that right hip. Feel your body weight just kind of shift a little bit. See if you can move equally into each hip. And then bring that left leg out to the side. So toes are simply pointing towards the short edge of the mat. When you're ready, inhale, bring your arms up. Find that length. You may have to change the camera. And when you're ready, exhale, gently bend those elbows. Now that you have your elbows bent, I want you to take a moment and squeeze those inner edges of the not your thighs, but your shoulder blades. Let it relax. from here, as long as you can, as long as your strap is above your head, what I want you to do is now pull those upper arms. So use your pectoral muscles. So pull those arms together. Oh, pulling, 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 pulling. And see if you can get the elbows to the palms to touch. Let that relax. And once the arms hit cactus arms, squeeze into those inner edges of the pectoral muscles. Oh, squeeze. Let that relax. And then start to pull. Drawing those pectoral muscles, really feel those inner edges of the arms pull themselves towards each other. All the way. Touch. Keep pulling. Let it relax. Good. Arms come up high. When you're ready, as you exhale, I want you to pretend that you are the crescent moon. You can let the heel touch rather than the toes point, so it's up to you. And gently roll yourself like the moon over to the left. Breathe deeply into that right side. Gently, slowly inhale up. Okay, and now what I want you to do is bend that left knee back in, and then you're going to bring it forward. Arms are still above your head. Take a moment to come back to cactus arms. Squeeze those inner edges of the scapulas together, and allow the pelvis to gently come down and forward. Oh, yummy. Opening into the front side of the body. Breathe. Beautiful. Everybody looks great. Gently, slowly press back. And lengthen back into the arms and gently, slowly hinge from the hips. Oh, and bring yourself into a gentle forward fold. Breathe. This may not go very far, and that's great. Slow, steady breath. If you're feeling like your balance is a little wonky today, please pull yourself out, grab your chair to create that extra bit of balance. Gently release, inhale back up. And let's go ahead, bring our arms down for a moment, roll those shoulders, come back in. Let's release the strap for just a moment and gently bring yourself into either puppy dog or child's pose, whatever feels best. So gentle, slow movements. Let your body simply relax right here. Beautiful. Good. Nice. Okay. Squeeze through the glutes. Gently let the hands flow back to the knees. Bring yourselves back up. Again, retake your strap. Okay. Inhale, bring those arms up. Let them lengthen. Oh, if it feels appropriate, let them open a little bit further behind you. You can take the strap as wide as you need to. Find that opening. Gently bring those arms back up. And now let's move into the right side. So toes are pointing over to the short edge of the right side of the mat. When you're ready, turn yourself into a crescent moon in this direction. So feel that beautiful rounding as you gently take yourself in, opening deeply into the left side. Making sure that if you need to, if your body says yes, you're going to squeeze a little bit with those right oblique muscles. So squeezing in just a little bit more, only if that feels good. Breathe deeply. Breathing with care. Breathing with love. Gently, slowly release. Inhale, bring it back up. Now you have two options. You can either bring that knee back and then forward, or you can do it in one move. So it's up to you. So right now, right knee is forward, arms are still up above. When you're ready, gently let that pelvis come down and forward, opening into that left front side of the body. Breathe. Beautiful, you guys. Awesome. Very nicely done. And very gently, slowly release the strap. Hands come to the hips and gently press back. Good. And this time, hinge forward on this side. Notice if there's a difference with your arms out in front of you versus with your arms to your side. It's a little bit easier to balance. If you want, you can bring your arms back out. Slow, steady breath. And then gently, slowly release. Torso comes back up. Knee comes back. One more time, we're going to move into puppy or child's pose. So gently, slowly bringing the hips back or walking those arms out. Please take whatever feels best. Take a moment to let that low back stretch and open. And if it feels appropriate, you're going to walk your hands over to the left, stretch deeply into the right, finding some new spaces along this upper lateral line, feeling those hips float out to the right as well. Gently, slowly release, walk those hands back. Recenter through the middle. And then gently walk those hands over to the right. Feel the hips shift over to the left. Again, making sure that you're only going in as far as is comfortable. Making sure that the stretch and the opening is something that you can lean into rather than pull away from. Allow your body to feel the sensation of unwinding and relaxing. And then very gently, slowly walk those hands back. Recentering again through the spine, nice and long. And then gently floating and pulling the hands back towards the knees, coming back up into a kneeling pose. Now I'm going to turn myself to the side so it's easy for you to see. We're going to go ahead and bring ourselves into a gentle twist with two variations. So I need to have you make sure that you're taking care of yourself for what feels best for you. So hands are going to begin at the hip. We're going to start by, again, just rocking a little bit back and forth, making sure that we have that flexibility. And then when you rock to the left side, step that right foot up. Again, this is based on what your body feels that it can do. If you know that twisting for you is a little bit tenuous this time of the day, keep your torso and your pelvis more upright. If you feel that you have a little bit more space, you can allow the pelvis to sink down and forward, right? So that you're opening into that left front side of the body. You're going to keep your right hand on your hip. Take a deep inhale. And when you're ready, feel this left hip pull forward, allowing the right hip to receive, and then bring the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Gaze is straight ahead. Breathe. Continue to feel into that left hip, left pelvis. You may need to squeeze a little bit through that left hip to feel the movements start all the way over on that left side, even as you're twisting to the right. Now, gently release. Inhale, sweep that arm up. Let that left hip recede. Bring that arm down. When you're ready, step that right leg back. And do a little dance through the knees, a little bit of popping back and forth. And then when you're ready, swing over to the right side and allow that left side to come up. Good. Same thing. It doesn't matter what you did on the right side. You're now working on the left side, so please take care of the left side. And I'm going to just shift myself here so that I'm still facing you guys. If your body says yes, you're going to gently allow that pelvis to come down and forward. Take a moment here and notice the opening through that right side as you do that. Left hand is going to stay engaged on the hip. Inhale that right arm up. And now you're going to start this twist all the way through that right hip. So squeeze a little bit through that right hip as you bring that right hip forward, allowing that left hip to ease. Gently drop the hand down and breathe. If this side feels a little bit different, play with it. Make sure that you're taking care of your body. Continue to feel that right hip ease its way forward as that allows the left hip to ease back. Breathe. Beautiful. Good. Release it. Inhale up. Exhale it down. Step it back. Little rock back and forth through the hips, through the knees. Okay? All right, we're going to do this one more time. When you're ready, left foot is going to go forward. There we go. Good. Okay, so this time, no, I'm sorry. What did I do? Did I completely mess us up? I think, thank you, Rocky. Yes, I did. I completely messed us up. So, oops, I'm sorry. I got so into the movement of my body, I forgot which left was left and right was right. Okay, here we go. Let's try it again. Let's bring that right leg forward. There we go. If your body says yes, gently allow the hips. God, you know, gotta love it. It's like my goof is now going to be on Zoom forever and on YouTube forever. So thank you all for your patience with my dyslexia this morning. Okay, here we go. This time, you have your choice. You can either continue again to bring the arm up, or the option with this is as you draw this left hip forward, you're going to bring the elbow to the outside, let the palms touch, and breathe. Okay, so let's walk us through that. As you bring yourself in, I want you to begin by drawing this right or left hip forward. Let the right hip ease back. When you're ready, take this left arm. Torso is going to lean forward. Come to the outside so that that left elbow can come to the outside of the thigh. Palms touch. Breathe. Beautiful. I don't care which variation you do. Please just breathe and please pay attention to what your hips are doing. Breathe. And breathe some more. Find your wave. Gently release. Unwind. Step back. Rock yourself a little bit. Okay. Now let's see if I can do this properly. This is your left leg. We're going to step the left leg forward. There we go. Nicely done. Okay. Same thing again. You're either going to do first variation, or if your body says, no, I want to try something a little different, do a little different. First thing, feel this right hip move forward. Bring that hip forward. That's going to allow the left hip to come back. You're going to take this right elbow, hinge through the hips, bring it to the outside of the thigh. Palm flattens, bring the other hand to prayer. Elbows up, breathe. Discover and play with what your hips are doing. And gently, slowly release the hands. Let them come back to the hips. Stack that left leg back. Little movement back and forth. And now we get to come back down onto our backs. So roll yourself back down. We're getting ready. We're going to do one more position, one more posture. And then we're going to do our final relaxation. So we're going to finish with a twist. I want this to be a gentle twist. So if you need blocks, please grab your blocks so that your legs don't have to go all the way down. Or a bolster, whichever feels best. Okay. Before we do anything, Apanasana, give yourself a little squeeze. Notice that there's a difference. You feel a difference in your back. You feel a difference in your mobility. And gently, slowly, I want you to bring both legs over gently to the right. And let everything relax. Take a moment to notice how comfortable this is for your back, for your left side. And then what I want you to do, if it's comfortable, you're going to take this left hand, bring it out into T formation, lengthen it out, and then what I want you to do is I want you to retract that left shoulder blade in towards the center of the spine, and then allow it to relax. From there, you're going to take your right hand, bringing it just above the knee, squeeze into that left glute, and gently press that left leg into the left hand or right hand. Breathe. And gently let everything relax, let everything ease. Coming back to the wave breath if you lost it. Just reconnect. And then gently, slowly release that right arm. Let both legs draw up, back to the center. Gentle squeeze either behind the thighs or over the kneecaps. And let's move our prop, if you need it, over to the left side. Arms are out. Gently, slowly allow the legs to float over to the left. Taking a moment just to simply notice how things are feeling on this side. Breathing deeply into the right side. Take the left hand, bring it on top of the right thigh. Then I want you to turn that right arm, bringing it out to T formation, palm facing up. And before we do anything else, I want you to take that right shoulder and draw it in towards the spine. So retracting, maybe possibly even a little bit of depressing that right shoulder blade in towards the middle of the spine. And then gently and slowly allow that to relax and ease. From there, squeeze strongly into that right glute, pressing that right leg into the left hand. Gently allowing that to relax. Slow, steady inhale, slow, steady exhale. And then when you're ready, gently release, bring both legs up one last time. Give yourself that beautiful, gentle squeeze. And then find your way into your final relaxation, your final savasana. Letting everything relax. Beautiful, very nice. Good. Take a moment to make sure that you're taking care of yourself into your final relaxation. Bolsters, blankets, whatever is most needed. Finding that breath. Take a moment to scan your body, noticing the difference between how it feels now versus how it felt when you first came to class. Take a moment to thank your body for giving you the space, giving you the breath to come to your practice today. If it feels appropriate, take a slow, steady inhale. And with the exhale, gentle ha sound. Letting everything release, allowing everything to relax. Breathe. Soften. Connect to your heart. Gently, slowly, begin to find your way back. Start with fingers and toes, hands and feet. Allow your body to make whatever movement feels best and most natural for you. When you're ready and the sensation has come back into hands and feet, fingers and toes, bring that sensation back to the breath. Slow, steady inhale, filling the belly, filling the wave, touching the pelvic floor, and then exhaling through the nose, releasing that breath through the center of the body and allowing it to touch all the way to the collarbone. Gently give yourself a hug, drawing the knees in, feeling that soft connection, intending that you'll keep that connection throughout your day. When you're ready, gently roll yourself onto your side and back up into a seated position with the hands in prayer and the thumbs against the heart point on the sternum. Thank you all so much for being here and allowing me to be part of your day. I honor the divine in you, that is the divine in me, that is the divine in all of us. Namaste. May the blessings be.